Hello, I am Lizzy with Long Distance Gamers. We are a group of friends who play games remotely due to us living in different states. Today I will be talking about Canvas. What do I think about it? And more importantly, how do we play it remotely? Now before we get started, there are two different sides. The random side, which controls the game and plays the game mostly like normal, and then the remote side, which may or may not have a copy. We will be going over how the remote side sets up and how the remote side plays the game. This is Canvas set up for remote play. The random side has dictated which of these has come out. For specifying these, they will specify the name as well as the starting color and sometimes the second color. For instance, this is Pride. It has the second name and the first one is green. Green is separated out into a second set of blue and purple, so it would be green-blue. And then you would know to look through this stack. The remote side does have all of the art cards separated by name first and then by color. So for instance, we have first and second. The name is on the first side and the name is on the second side. And then we have a starting color of red and a starting color of yellow. Now because there are so many of some of the colors, we have them separated by the second color as well. So we have a red-yellow stack, a red-green stack, and so on and so forth. And then the random side also dictates what ones of these come out. They specify the name, so this is variety, and it goes with the red. We are playing with the starting 4 that are suggested, however, there are many more that you can choose from. And then also, since the background cards have no actual impact on gameplay, I just set them in a stack and grab them when I complete a painting so that I can choose the prettiest. So for remote play, it doesn't matter if the remote side has those 3 or these 3. So there's no use in going through the description to figure out which one of these you are actually giving to the remote side. They could either grab the 3 paintings, or you could just wait until you complete the painting to grab the background that best fits that art. During gameplay, you are either grabbing an art card or completing a painting. In order to grab an art card, you would either grab the first one, or you would place one of your palettes on all the ones that you want to pass. In order to specify which card you are taking, we just specify by saying the name. So Pride, Sanctuary, Revolution, Nightmare, or Graceful, for instance. So if I wanted Revolution, I would say I'm going to take Revolution, and then all sides would take 2 of my palettes and place them on the first 2, and then place Revolution into my pile. And then we would slide these over, and then the random side would tell us the new card that comes out. For instance, they would say first word, signifying that the word is on this side, red, signifying that red is the first color, blue, signifying that I am looking in this pile now, and then they would say imminent. So you would find imminent, and then imminent would come out. The more often your group plays this game, the easier it will be to just say 1 red, blue, imminent, and then be able to grab it. The first time you play, you will expect a little bit of additional gameplay due to being unfamiliar with that mechanic. And then to complete a painting, so say I have these 3 paintings in my hand and I want to go ahead and complete a painting. So I will say I'm going to complete a painting with heightened, revolution, and perspective. The other sides would gather those 3 cards out of my hand, and then I would just say what the name is. So for this instance, it would be heightened perspective. So that way they would know that the revolution is covered up. So then you would just stick them in your sleeve and you have a completed painting. And then you would go ahead and score as applicable. And then once everybody has completed 3 paintings and scored them, the game is over and whoever has the most points wins. The points for each of the ribbon is listed on the card. And then of course the gray ribbons are worth 2 for every one that you have. So that is Canvas. What do I think about it? It is gorgeous. I love the artwork. I love that we are creating our own paintings. And it will be a unique experience every time. Especially since the scoring will be changed out. We don't have to worry about these getting dull or boring. Something that I do really like about this is they are very inclusive. As with this Pride. Oh, her pink shirt is gone. It is very LGBT friendly, which I appreciate. And then the Revolution, which we will grab out of here. It reminds me of the Black Lives Matter movements. You can even see the little gas mask. That way he can't get pepper sprayed, which is really awesome for them to include things like this in their artwork. For colorblind friendly, all of the colors are in the exact same spot on every tile. So that way you just have to remember what space they're at. The only one that is slightly not colorblind friendly for the scoring is the symmetry. It just has the splotches, but on the other side it does specify that it's these two and those two that are doing the scoring. The only other thing that is not colorblind friendly are these award tiles, as the one side is competitive and then one side is friendly. However, the friendly is just reaching a goal, for instance, so 5 or more, so you would get that for sure if you achieve that. And then the unfriendly side is just most, so you can tell by the wording of the award that it is friendly or unfriendly for scoring purposes. However, the splotches are the exact same, and the rulebook refers to the splotches as friendly or unfriendly by the color. For the awards, while they have the same design on the inside of all of them, they do have differences on the tails, as you can see, so that makes them easily able to be distinguished even if you are completely colorblind. For remote play, the biggest struggle is how to come out with these coming out without going through a stack that's that big. So separating them out by color and by name does help a lot, and it makes it so that the stacks are a little bit smaller. However, they do take up a little bit more space on the table. So if your space is limited, you might decide to organize them a different way. Just whatever works for your game group so that it provides the balance you want between added time as well as being able to play with your friends and family. I do absolutely adore this game, both for in-person and remote play. While remote play does add a tiny bit more time to go through these stacks, the time added is not very noticeable, which is why this game actually gets a 9 for me for both in-person and remote play. I absolutely adore it and highly recommend it. Thank you all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to hear from you.